everyone, this is Sam
and Carol,
and we're the Trekkie girls. We're here at London Film and Comic Con in Olympia, London, and we've got with us Robert Picardo, Voyager's emergency medical hologram. How are you?
I am very well and happy to be talking to you from the floor of the London Film and Comic Con.
How's your weekend been so far?
It's been great. As I say on stage, perhaps too many times, the British fans are the most polite Star Trek fans in all the world. So it's a pleasure. Even if you're jet lagged and a little tired, they're always very sensitive and a pleasure to talk to.
Oh, that's very kind, isn't it? That's very kind. You served 7 long years on Voyager. Was the Doctor the part you always wanted to play? Did you originally audition for the Doctor?
No. When I first read the show, I liked the part of Neelix, mostly because it was bigger. And I knew he was supposed to be an alien, but I'm thinking little rubber ear tips like Spock. In fact, when I asked to read for Neelix, and I read very successfully, they wanted me to take the final network test, which means I'm close to getting the part. So I asked about the makeup and how long it would take, and they said, we'll have to get back to you. And then when they got back to my agent, they said, more than 15 minutes a day. And they're right, 3.5 hours is more than 15 minutes a day. Fortunately, I came close to getting Neelix, but I didn't. And the producers said, would you reconsider reading for the role we originally asked you to read for, which was the Doctor? And I said to my agent, I don't think I get the joke. You know, he's described as colorless, humorless, a computer program of the Doctor. It sounds kind of boring, but I'll go in and take a shot. So I went in and made them laugh. I ripped off DeForest Kelley without realizing I was by saying at the end of my audition, I'm a doctor, not a nightlight. I got a big laugh, and then they hired me that day. So, D. Kelley, up in heaven, I want to thank you again for helping put my children through college.
Oh. You probably had one of the most developed characters across Star Trek, starting off saying, please state the nature of the medical emergency, becoming a complete actualized hologram with all sorts of additions to your program. Was there anything you wanted to do that you didn't get the opportunity to explore as the Doctor?
Well, not really. I thought the character had a wonderful arc, arguably the best character development, because he started with so little. He started with such a narrow palette. No real, I never smiled. I had no real emotions other than self-involvement and arrogance, and my feelings would get hurt easily. And then over the course of the 7 years, he really developed into a fully realized human-like character. So that was great fun. I think what made him fun for the audience is he did not have to obey any of the rules of a regular Star Trek character. I did not have to behave in a way that was stalwart, brave, and true. I could be scared, cowardly, arrogant, self-involved, play all sorts of negative qualities whenever I was called upon to do something outside my area of expertise, which was medicine. So I think Star Trek fans were a little surprised to see, a Star Trek chief officer in his field act like a baby.
So the Doctor's relationship with Seven was key to his character development, and you had real chemistry on camera. Is it the same off? Did you get on with Jerry really well, or?
Oh yeah, Jerry's got a great personality and a tremendous sense of humor about, her character and the way she was dressed, and certainly the way, the effect that she has on the male of the species. She's really a delightful person, and my best relationships on the show on camera were with both Jerry Ryan's character, 7 of 9, and Kate McGrew as a captain, and I'm much close. I see Kate more often, and we're much closer friends, but I adore Jerry, and always am very happy whenever I see her. She's back on. She's going announced to be on Star Trek Picard, which is very exciting. And I am pleased that they have expressed interest in me. They've reached out to my agent about next season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. As you know, I played two characters, primarily the Doctor, but also Louis Zimmerman. Louis Zimmerman, the engineer who created the Doctor's program, would certainly would have aged. He's in the same timeline as Patrick Stewart and all the next gen folks. The Doctor, of course, like Data, doesn't age, but there are ways to address that, as we all know. I joked the other day that my daughter does visual effects. That's exactly what she does, is digitally correct actors. So I said if they hired the two of us, she could make me look 25 years younger. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see if something happens, when it happens, but I might have a chance to be on screen with Jerry again, and it would be an honor and delight, obviously, to have scenes with Patrick Stewart. So, we will keep our fingers crossed.
Amazing. That's really exciting news. We really have our fingers crossed for you, and hope we see you. So you say the next season, maybe season 2, perhaps.
That's what they said. That's what they told my agent. So we'll see what transpires.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time and talking to us today. We're going to just tell everyone that we want you back in Star Trek Picard.
Well, thank you. The Trekkie girls are very enthusiastic, and when you're a little bit jet lagged, it's wonderful to be in the presence of your enthusiasm.
Oh, so very kind. Thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.